Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Rutuma. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be doing a makeup on a photography. I'm going to be showing you how to apply makeup to look flawless on camera. If you didn't know, the flash and the lenses that you use in camera can completely change the way your face is seen in real life. Sometimes flash can wash off your features, plus the human eye sees differently than what the camera sees. So I'll show you how to adapt your face to camera and look flawless. To enhance your features, the light has to bounce off the highest places of your face, and what will help you is using an instant brightening skincare. For that, I'm using vitamin C from Rene Organics to begin with. Almost all vitamin C serum will help you get that instant brightness and glow. Next, to seal it and reflect light, I'm using facial oil. I'm going to be using Dega Rose Face Oil. This product feels luxurious. It's infused with English roses. It's a facial oil that smoothens the appearance of fine lines and pores and wrinkles. It's such a fantastic product. When I do photography, I like to use an illuminating primer. The one that I'll be using today is from NYX Cosmetics. This is the weightless silicone primer. You get that beautiful glow when you apply it, and that's the kind of glow that doesn't look like it has any shimmer to it. It's just matte without any particle, but makes you look a little brighter. I like that for my base. And for lips, I'm going to be using this Biotic Whitening Lip Balm, just like always. Before I apply my foundation, I like to color correct my face and areas I have uneven skin tone. So I'm going to be using this LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Peach and going over in the areas where I have hyperpigmentation, dark circle as well as dark spots with my PAC 219 concealer brush. And I like to very lightly dust some of the translucent powder over this with the same brush, just so it absorbs and sets before I use the foundation, and just so it doesn't mix with it the foundation. And the powder that I'll be using today is Faces Canada Ultimate Pro HD Translucent Powder. For the foundation, trick is to go for something that is light to medium coverage, and the one that I'll be using is Lakme Argan Oil Serum Foundation. Full coverage foundation can often make your face look cakey in pictures, so I'd stick to something that's light or medium coverage and never ever go for shade that is lighter than your skin tone. Almost all the foundation oxidizes on me and turns 3 to 4 shades darker within an hour, so I always buy a lighter shade and try it out before buying it if I can. I'm going to quickly blend it out with a damp sponge. When I use color corrector, I like to use sponge as an opposed to brush because the sponge pushes the product onto your skin and the chances of mixing with the color corrector is less. But when you use a brush, sometimes the bristles can pull the color from underneath and mix it with your foundation. And always remember to bring the foundation down to any areas of your skin that is exposed, like your neck or your back. Sculpting your face is an integral part of any photography. You want to create those shadows, and that gives more definition to your face. It looks fantastic on camera. I'm starting with deeper shades of concealer from Makeup Revolution. This is in the shade C15, and this is going to be my cream contour to add depth in the hollows of my face. And then I'm going to be using it to contour my jawline, my nose as well as the circumferences of my face. Then I'm going to blend it out with a kabuki brush because I have realized that especially with a cream product like cream contour, that's the easiest way to blend it out. When it comes to concealer, I have two different shades when it comes to photography or photo modeling. First, I go with concealer that is close match to my skin tone. This is the LA Girl Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade Pure Beige, and I'm going to use this to conceal in the areas where I have uneven skin tone. The color corrector and the foundation has pretty much covered everything on my face except for around my eyes, but I need a little bit more coverage, and that's where I'll be using this concealer. Once everything is concealed and now you have that even surface, you can use a lighter shade of concealer to bring forward some of your prominent feature by using it on the highest planes. Here I'm using lighter shade of concealer from Makeup Revolution, mostly in the T-zone and the highest points of my cheekbones, and I'm using the same PAC 219 concealer to blend it out. In the fact, I love using the same tools for different products because there is going to be residue of other product left in this tool like brushes and sponges, and that's going to mix with new product and give you the seamless blend. I have certain ways of setting my face when it comes to on camera. I'm using a little bit of banana powder. This has a tinge of yellow to it. I'm just taking a tad bit of dusting off the excess, and I'm going to start with setting this in the areas where I crease mostly, in areas where I use this concealer. And when you use a tinted product as opposed to pure white powder, it is not going to give you any flashbacks. Never use a powder that's pure white or opaque. Most translucent powder are white. Make sure it doesn't leave white cast, and that's when you start getting like flashbacks in photography. Then I'm going to be using the same sponge that I use for foundation to press the product out so everything looks evened out. At the same time, because you're using less product, your skin will look like skin and not caked up, and that's going to make you look flawless in pictures. And if you do have excess product in certain areas, you can definitely melt that out with a setting spray. This is also going to make your makeup last longer and keep you looking fresh throughout the day. Your brows on camera will look better when they look natural and fluffy, so I'm going to be using eyebrow pencil from Absolute New York. It is just to fill in sparse areas of my brows so it looks as natural as possible. And then after I'm done filling it, I'm going to use the spoolie to brush my brow hair upwards to get more feathered out look. With the photography, you can versatile with your look. You can go bold with your colorful eye look, or you can go natural like I'm showing you today. I'm going to be using Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place, and because I have hooded eyes, I'm starting with a lighter shade on my lid. This is going to bounce off some light and make my lid space look bigger and make my eyes look brighter. This shade is actually a closer match to my skin tone, but it has shimmer that will bounce off the light. And for the same reason that I have hooded eyes, I'm going to be using transition shade to define my crease as well as lower lash line. Using blending brush, I'm going to build a new crease above my natural crease line and buff it out, and I'm going to be smoking it out in a lower lash line to attract more light towards my eyes. I'm going to be highlighting my brow bones as well as inner corner. This is not only going to separate out two eyes, but it's also going to make your eyes look brighter and bigger. Then I'm going to curl my lashes, finish up with some mascara and false lashes. It looks very mellow, very toned down, but at the same time it has this right amount of glam with the shimmer going on, so I absolutely love it. To continue on with adding some definition to your face, I'm going to be using bronzer to warm up my face to give that sun-kissed look, and the bronzer that I'm going to be using is Physicians Formula bronzer in the shade bronzer. Apply just above the contour on your cheekbones. For blush, I prefer mauve brushes for my skin tone. You can decide what suits you best, and the one that I'll be using today is Mellow Wine Matte Blush by Wet n Wild, and I like to apply it higher up on my cheekbones just to get that lifted look. And when it comes to pictures, I like to apply a little bit right in the middle of my nose, like center of my nose. It just makes you look like you have naturally tanned. To get the beautiful all over glow, I'm going to be using highlighter palette from Revolution XOXO. I'm going to be applying it with a fine large fluffy brush like this. You can also use a dense brush to apply highlighter, but try to avoid areas where you have texture on your skin to look like you applied so much, or probably highlight those flaw that you probably want to hide. So look for places on the high points where you don't have much texture and apply it there. I'd usually skip this step, but there is something about highlighting the cupid bow on camera, so like I'll be doing that today. It just looks so good on camera. With lipstick you can be versatile as you want. You can either go bold or nude. Today I'm going to be vibing nude, so I'm going to be using Swiss Beauty transfer proof lipstick in the shade Bad, which is just a nicer version of pink of my lips. It looks like my lips but just a better version. And if you want your lip to look more plump on camera, you can use lip gloss. The one that I'm using is from Milani. That is it. I hope you found this useful. If you're going to be attending an event where there is flash photography, or if you're a photography model, maybe try this one. Please take a moment to subscribe, and if you're watching this on Instagram, do hit that follow and a heart. I will see you again in my next video. Bye.